I'm Christina Germaine, and I hate heels.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Matt Labodka, and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble.
I don't know if anyone has ever thought about the kinds of shoes that they put on their feet on a regular basis. Probably not. But I discovered recently that almost all of the footwear that we wear are horribly designed for our feet. And now I'm really, really mad about it. Like when I ride the subway, I look around me and I see all of the shoes that people are wearing and the fact that almost all of them have raised heels. Athletic shoes, sandals, flip-flops even, all sorts of things. What this does is that it raises your heel and causes your ankles to get tight so that when you are in a state of dorsiflexion, which is when you're flexing your foot up instead of pointing it down, which causes your entire body to pitch forward. And in order to compensate, your back and knees and all of your joints deal with that and compensate. This causes back pain. It causes knee pain. So yeah, but it's not just the heels. It's also narrow toe boxes. I mean, I guess really you could say that just like all footwear in general is really, really pissing me off lately. And so what I've realized is that our culture has conditioned us to actually believe that like athletic footwear, for example, is good for our feet. The other thing that really pisses me off about heels is that women, of course, are sort of forced into thinking that it's like somehow empowering. Like it literally takes our power away from us. You can't run as fast in them. You can't walk as fast in them. If someone were to come after you and like try to attack you and you're wearing heels, you're going to have a way less chance of dealing with that. I mean, it's really upsetting. They even have a little lift at the toes and it deactivates your toes. Tight fabric and rubber surrounding your foot that literally teaches you how to not use your foot to walk. Why would this happen? What evil has permeated our culture and our society that even the very clothing that we wear is teaching us to be unhealthy? And the minute that you tell a woman that her feet are messed up, she still won't stop wearing them because they're fashionable and they look pretty. I'm Christina Germaine, and I hate heels and pretty much all kinds of footwear. And that's the Grumble.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
All right, everybody settle down.
Whoa,
Welcome to Grumble Goat.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. We have a guest here today.
We have a guest.
Yes, and we have a dear friend of mine, Christina Germaine.
Christina Germaine, welcome.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us in the studio today.
Yeah, you got it.
It is sweltering hot
It is
out
hot.
there.
I was just thinking about how hot it was.
Yeah, so it's boiling in here, so I appreciate you suffering through this with us.
All good.
Yeah.
But we had some watermelon, and that was really lovely.
We did with salt and feta cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's the summer way.
Yeah, and that really
it's
cooled us down
summertime
from the
now.
inside.
Exactly, just a little bit of sweetness, a lot of water, watermelon, you know.
Summertime.
That's where it gets its
Summertime.
name. Christina, what are you up to these days? What's going on in your life?
Let's see. So my husband and I have a band.
Okay.
It's called True Outcomes, which
True
I don't know
Outcomes.
if you all are baseball fans, but apparently it's a baseball reference.
Oh,
Who knew?
yeah.
So yeah, my husband is a huge baseball fan, and we were trying to all of these different names, and he said True Outcomes one day, and I was like, that's it. That's going to be the name of our band. I just like it.
It's great.
And we recently released an EP. It's called the Norfolk EP because we live on Norfolk Street. We just released it on Spotify and like a bunch of other places.
Yes.
You know, through a distributor. It's
Yes,
like a
I've
whole
been
thing
seeing
that
on
you do.
Instagram that you've been doing shows.
Yes, we've been performing at Rockwood fairly frequently. And so it's like a fully fleshed out thing, which is cool because then there's like, you know, the whole production of it.
Yeah, so that's really excited for our audience
Yeah.
members to check out
That's
the
Yes,
full
please do check us
accompaniment.
out. Follow us on Spotify. We would definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely. And if you want the full experience, go see them live.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
bring the MP3 MP3 and listen to it concurrently.
Concurrently, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
And Christina is also a beautiful actress.
Thank you.
And we're excited to see what you'll be doing very soon.
Who knows what's next?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we have a show coming. We're going to be heading down to Cape May here pretty soon.
We are. Who am I this time?
You'll be playing Helene. Helene
Oh,
this time.
and I'm sorry, what are your characters?
Who
in
am
the
I
play?
this time? Okay, there was some confusion there.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
He was
we
trying
went to
on-
meet the costume designer
Well, he
and
went
try
to
on
meet
some
the-
outfits, and
Yeah.
I thought I was playing an entirely different character.
Okay, and here's George. And for whatever reason, Matt thought he was playing Roy in the second act.
They're like, here's George's outfit, and I'm like, and I'm like, okay, and I'm looking through emails, being like, wait, who am I playing in this play?
We're in her
We're about to go. We're going to be going down in a week, and I have no idea what part I'm playing. I was like, I read the wrong script.
So you go down to for a costume fitting. Do they give you everything? Like,
Well, she's in New York, so we just went down to Chamber Street and we went to her apartment, and she's been, thrifting and sorting out for her.
thrifting,
She
eh?
had me try on a pair of pants that because she got it secondhand, so it'd clearly been taken in multiple ways, and it did not fit. I've looked like Tweedledee and Tweedledum in those pants.
Well, you are wearing unisex outfits. That is
the pockets
for sure.
were, the first thing I noticed was the pockets were very small, and I was like, are these ladies' pants?
Yes, and the label said they're both people's pants.
Well, it didn't
They're men and women's
say
pants.
whether it was men's or women's. It didn't want to take a side.
Pockets are a dead giveaway usually.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
tiny pockets. I fit
I know.
up to the second
I
knuckle.
hate-
Why
fit
don't they
into-
give us
No
pockets?
good. I don't know because they don't want us to carry things in them. They don't.
They want us to carry bags around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
bags.
want you to buy the
And
bags
wear
because I think
uncomfortable shoes. Do
it'd
they
be
give
up
you
to
like secondhand shoes when you go to the?
I am wearing a pair of shoes.
I don't know. I don't. When I go to like a secondhand store and they have the, I'm like,
Oh, the shoes weird you out.
You know
Yeah,
what?
they
I
do.
love trying on secondhand shoes.
Wait, really?
I do. I mean, at the shop, like I don't go into people's homes and start trying on their
Well,
shoes.
I have some shoes that we're going to get rid of. You can try those on.
Well, I don't. They're still firsthand. They have to go to the shop first.
you guys don't think it's gross?
They're going on my
Like,
feet.
I don't know. There's something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like it's like you can't wash shoes. Like you. I don't know.
Well, I feel like shoes can get stale if they've been sitting for too long, or they're like
Yes.
smushed down. They can get like this staleness, so that when you put your foot in it, it hurts, even though it still fits. But they're like the wrinkles of the leather are still there, and you're like, oh, I have to like work this shoe out. So it's
Yeah,
just
so
like
it's like already worked to
stale.
somebody else's foot.
Yeah,
I
or
don't know.
yeah.
And pointy toes. That
Yes.
you have to stuff your toes into.
Oh, I can't wear those shoes anymore. No, not at all. I am a comfort shoe person.
So
wears
what are your
she- on
what
her-
are your go-to comfort shoes?
If I want nice shoes in my older age, I need to wear wedges because the stiletto heel does something to my back walking around New York City.
yeah,
like it is
I should
not.
say so, but wedges are somehow better.
Oh, they're so much better. Like
Really?
I can actually support my arch and my foot. So I wear wedges or I wear a thicker heel.
I don't
with
know
the-
that
with
I'm
the-
into the wedges or the thicker heel. I think you got to have a nice flat shoe, man. Like that's where it's at.
What you need, what the thing
Messing
is,
up
the
our
thing is these
posture.
arches, they don't have a keystone in them. See, the Romans knew how to build an arch.
Well, yeah, of bridges and equeducts or
Keystone,
aqueducts.
that is the rock that supports the arch in the middle. you
Right.
see? And if you don't have that arch support, then yeah, of course it's going to be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. I don't wear heels. Is that coming across?
No, I think that actually everyone wears heels, and there's heels built into athletic
Every shoes. Like even there's totally.
and it messes with our
Totally.
posture.
Oh, the heels.
You know, one of my favorite pairs of shoes I've ever owned. I used to wear it every day back in college. I got them from the women's department, and they had
How
a little bit of a
gender
heel. It was
neutral are you- for you?
Went up an inch, but like I could really pull them off.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You like that little heel step.
Well-
you got a little heel height there. You got some power behind your walk and your stride because you got a heel on.
You got some power in your
Yeah,
corner
is that a
now.
thing? We feel like there's power in that.
I feel like there is totally power with a little bit of a heel in your walk. I mean, shoes dictate the way that you walk.
Yes.
And even in character development, if you don't practice wearing the shoes that your character is wearing in my opinion, it can affect your whole performance because once you put those shoes on, you are going to feel a different way. It's all a different feel.
You're taking on all of the postural problems that your character has.
Exactly, because your character has developed all of these posture problems.
It's almost like it just happens to you. You breathe into the postural problems.
That lower back problem you were talking about earlier,
my gosh.
that was character development.
Oh, that's what it was.
Veronique has a plethora of shoes.
I'm sure she
sure do.
And I'm sure she loves the way they look on her feet.
Oh my gosh, but
I'm sure that by the end of the night, she wants to tear her feet off.
And stab someone in the face.
Yes.
Yeah. I did actually get rid of a pair of stilettos that I only wore. They were so high that I couldn't actually pull them off in real life, I don't think.
Somewhere along the line, we were told that heels were part of being sexy.
Ooh, yeah.
And it really just messes us up.
When were we sexy? Like in the 1700s or the 1950s?
No, but I think even back then, even back in the 1700s, there were heels on shoes.
Well, that's what I'm
They
saying.
had, like, those
the men would wear the
boots.
heels.
Yeah,
Men
originally
would
men
wear
were
the
the ones
heels.
that wore the heels.
Yeah.
And then we wised up. We cleared our closet out and got rid of all those heels.
Oh,
But then they
recondoed.
still wear the shoes with the tight, pointy toes.
Oh, they like
Like,
those
have you ever
pointy toes.
seen
I don't
like
like
a
the-
like
I
a
don't like the
man's
look.
shoe, like a business shoe?
Oh, yeah, they're pointy.
Right? They're pointy. Right?
Why do we like such pointy things on
So
our shoes?
why do we like such pointy things on our shoes?
It's like we
and
wish
why
we
do
were
we need to wear
birds.
heels?
Like
so
we wish we had claws. Like
so all of our shoes have these pointy toes and these high heels on them, even athletic shoes that have the curve up
Yeah.
the toes.
Oh,
And it
yeah, what's that
literally-
about?
Oh,
it
yeah.
literally teaches you how to deactivate your toes when you're walking.
Are we
athletic
supposed
shoes.
to?
No.
Oh, okay. We want
need
our
to
toes
use
to
our
work.
toes.
We need to use all of our
Yes.
toes.
And we cover our feet with these shoes that literally teach us how to not be able to balance, how to not be able to walk. Like, have you ever asked a 70-year-old woman to try and balance on one leg?
Oh, I know my mom cannot do it.
She can't do it.
No, she can't.
And it's literally related to like how long you live can be correlated to whether or not you can balance on one leg. Like think about like people falling. Okay.
Yeah.
When an old person falls,
Yes,
it can often be
tragic.
the beginning of the end
It's
because then they
tragic.
can't move. They can't. Then
They break
have
a
to
hip.
They break a hip
Yeah.
or they break something.
They're bad.
They're bad for your feet.
Bad.
But the best balancers on earth, the ballerina, wears a shoe that's called point.
Well, let me tell you.
That's like a whole nother thing. But guess what happens to ballerinas after they turn 30?
They fall in the shower, and that's the beginning of the end.
Close.
So my mom was a dancer.
Really, really close.
Yeah, my mom is a dancer and she has huge bunions and she cannot balance on one foot. So like she has like this little wobble that she does, which is a little endearing, but also sad.
It's endearing. Yeah, the little penguin walk.
It is a little penguin-y. Yeah. Her one knee is kind of like out wide. You know,
It's like, it's something out of a comic book.
Yeah.
She could be Batman's arch nemesis.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah, she could be the penguin. Yeah.
Ah.
It just kills me that there are so many things about our culture, like even the shoes that we wear, that mess us up.
Oh my gosh, it totally
kills me.
wraps our soul into a little tither.
Christina,
it strings
how
us
do
up.
we activate our feet?
Yes.
We wear zero drop shoes with wide toe boxes and start wearing toe spacers.
Toe
I don't have this
Toe spacers.
vocabulary.
Toe
Yeah.
spacers. Now, toe spacers are good for not having the crossover toes.
Right, but also
Yeah.
bunions.
So basically, Christina, you're telling me that I need to wear ugly shoes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I have to wear ugly shoes now.
It is impossible to live up to these certain ideas, these certain aesthetics that our culture has laid out for us.
But I also knew that about dancers growing up because my mom had some foot issues. But like my grandmother also danced and she had what are they called when the
Hammer toes.
Hammer toes. Ew, what a terrible name for that.
Stop.
Hammer
Hammer time.
toes.
yeah.
Have you ever walked in heels on the grass or in sand?
Oh, yeah, and they sink in.
And they sink in. It's like
Yeah.
a wedding. It's
And
a
then it's
wedding,
totally
right?
gross.
And you're like,
Now
no, thank
it's a
you.
fad at weddings. The bridal party brings a basket of sandals.
Yes.
Because everybody wants to take off their shoes
Flip-flops.
to dance. So
Yeah,
they,
they do the flip flops.
they bring a basket
Yeah.
of flip flops for everybody.
Well, I was taught never to take your shoes off, even at a wedding. My mom was like, "Do not, like at the prom."
your mom who had the foot surgeries and can't balance anymore.
Well, she never had the foot surgeries, which is why she probably can't balance anymore and walks a little crooked like a penguin.
or athletes, right? Football
Yeah.
players. Like they're like, I'm totally fine with having brain damage for the rest of my life in order to have this football career. So
The
that is the life of an athlete.
I tell you, it's like in the NFL, they're having this big discussion about concussions right now.
Yeah.
Because they're banging heads against each other, and it's sort of deactivating their brains a little bit.
Yeah.
But nobody's talking about the bigger issue of deactivating the muscles in our feet.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that.
Grumble Goat is taking a stand.
We're taking a stand on souls.
Take a stand.
Yes.
Soul.
Yeah.
A lot of people suffer from back pain. And
I was just about to say that.
Knee pain and hip pain, and we want a quick fix, and we don't want to just look at what could actually be causing these things.
And
we don't want to go to the source.
So we're on the same page about that.
I just think it's really messed up the way we manipulate our bodies in order to...
we manipulate ourselves
we
on this
manipulate
planet.
ourselves
Yes.
to live up to certain
Standards.
cultural beauty standards. And then we'll even actually look at other cultures and be like, ooh, that's so weird. How could they do that? Like the women that wear the rings around their neck to make their neck like really, really tall, and how damaging that is. And we Americans will be like, oh, how could they do that to their women? And it's like, you know what I mean? It's
killing
like,
our
just
feet.
because
How could
it's
they
the
do that
other,
to their
like-
bodies, we say, over our Diet Coke and our double quarter pounder with cheese?
Yes.
And our,
Exactly.
And our e-cigarettes?
Yes.
Exactly.
The way we damage our bodies is so much more cultured.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Matt Labatka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, it's like you can't wash shoes.
Thanks for listening. And while I have your attention, if you've been enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a review, and don't forget to Grumble Goat responsibly and share with a friend.